What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we have the OGs of the DMV joining us. Listen, we got a show for you. I'm telling you, listen, what we're going to talk about today is this. We're going to have the OGs answer the question of the month. We're going to talk a little Commanders, but before we do that, we're going to get our preview out of NBA's number 1 and 2 pick, the Wizards versus the Hawks. They played yesterday in the Summer League. We got a lot to get to. We anxious to get to it. I hope y'all are ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
First String Podcast. Yeah. Q Danny. Dre on the beat. You know. Yeah. What's your favorite squad? Tell me who you going with. First String Podcast. Yeah, we keep it lit. We got the latest updates. We don't pump fake. Like, comment, share. We don't care. Feel free to hate. We got great guests. Join us. You should chime in. Houdini on the intro for the time being. Lady A, representing Washington. Pick Washington, everything Washington. Aunt Mo coming out of Dallas, you know the business. Said, them Georgia Bulldogs ain't quitting. Yeah, if you ain't watching sports, you ain't living. About to get my mattress Mac on, about to bet $1 million, bet $1 million. Let's talk about it. We all grown and cool, we can talk about it. Before we hit the news, we gon' talk about it. Oh, you wanna bet? Let's pop a bottle about it.
Welcome back to First String Podcast. I am your host, Toothpick. Now, please do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this. Now, listen, HR was a lot late last week, and she promised that this week we are going to be fine-free. So I hope y'all are ready. Let's get right into it right now. Bring my guy Sid. And what's good, Sid? How are you?
What's going on, my brother?
Hey, check the private chat. I sent you a message there. Hopefully you can help us out because we are having a little bit of difficulties on one side of our streaming right now. So hopefully you can get that fixed for us because y'all don't know, Sid does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Now, HR is here. She's ready to explain to everyone there. We'll have a fine free Saturday, right?
No one said that. Sorry.
HR, we got a text that says nobody's getting fined.
That's inaccurate. That you didn't get it from me.
It's a memo. It had the letterhead on.
It did not.
Oh, okay. So fines may be issued today. Let's bring in
fines.
Let's bring in our guest. All right now we're gonna bring in Big Al from the OGs of the DMV. Big Al, what's good, man? How are you?
What's up, fellas? What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?
How y'all doing? We doing good. Listen,
I see a little fight here, but I'm gonna sit back and watch.
Listen, just watch out because if you see this, if you see something like this pop up right there, that means that expect the FedEx.
Why are you muted?
Oh, it automatically.
It does automatically.
Yeah, it mutes everybody. So
it does automatically.
Okay, well, that's the HR fine.
That's the HR fine. Okay, listen.
All right.
Crazy, how are you, man?
Hey, what's going on, people? How y'all doing?
Hello.
We are doing great. Now, listen, I know Deacon's doing something. He's doing his thing. He's at a family reunion. I was really looking forward to having Deacon join us because Deacon said some wild things sometimes, like the Commanders going to the Super Bowl. Don't know where that stuff comes from, but I'm always excited for it when he does it. So
allegedly.
Allegedly. Listen, before we get into our questions, let's do this. Let's wish our guy, Aunt Mo, a happy birthday. Right? Today's Aunt Mo's birthday. So we got up this morning. I woke him up. I thought I woke him up, but he was probably already up doing birthday things and maybe getting in from last night. So happy birthday to Aunt Mo. He's off today. All right, guys.
Happy born day.
Going to the gym.
Born day, baby.
Born day. There we go. Born day. So Sage, you couldn't get it fixed?
No, you see what it say?
Well, yeah, I see what it says, but it didn't.
You see what it say? Do you see what the last thing say?
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible right there. That's terrible. Okay.
We're gonna have to work on
so
that.
It looks
after
like we're coming down. Yeah, we're coming down off that platform. So we're gonna lose a lot of viewers today. All right. Let's say what's up to everybody in the chat real fast. Our guy John Graves jumped in there. What did he say? What John say right there?
What did you say? That you accomplish great things.
Oh, wait.
My bad.
My bad. My bad.
Early
Thank
just to
you.
get here before Bruce Glass.
Yeah, he's Bruce Glass is always first in the building, but today Bruce is second there. Bruce checking in right there. He
Well, that's
said,
because John came 7 hours early.
as soon as the link went up, John was in there, right?
Did George work Lady A?
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, no,
Nope.
yeah, you didn't put it on there.
I'm gonna pull mine off. Okay.
On X? Yeah, we're having problems on X today, so we're gonna lose about 30 viewers on X today.
Are you able to select mine? If so, put mine up there.
I see it. Let me see if I can get it on there.
All right, say it'll get it up. All right, that didn't come out right either. Don is in the building as well. Mike Young has joined us. Our guy Droop is in the building.
Hey guys.
And then John is here.
Okay.
I got contacts in, so it all looks like little squiggly lines. So I can't see none of that. Lady A, you're gonna have to be the translator today on
He's just saying that he thought he was gonna have to camp out overnight to beat Bruce. That's all.
Well, the guys are all here. Jay Black is in the building right here too. Oh, yeah, we got everybody in the building. Thank you all for being in the building with us.
Yes,
Are y'all ready to kick this show off and get to the first topics here? Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, our first topic of the day is the question of the month. The question of the month is brought to you guys by Dump Truck Don, who gives us a question to ask our guests throughout the month. And this month's question is, name 4 athletes that you wish you could have seen in your prime. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you name 2 athletes from the same sport, the next 2 athletes cannot be from the same sport. So that's 4 sports. We're trying to get you to go deep and give us 4 different sports if you can. Big Al, I know you're ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm gonna look at multiple different genres here. First one is gonna be a track and field. I would love to be able to see Jesse Owens do his thing when he was in his prime. I would love to do, and just what he did for the Black community during that particular Olympics, how he showed off in front of the Nazis and did his thing. But then also all the persecution he took afterwards was remarkable, and he still triumphed with his gold medals, and this is his domination in track and field during that period of time. Jesse Owens is my first candidate, and I would love to have been there to see him do his thing. Of course, my second one, I'm going to take one of the big ones probably everybody's going to take. And my second one, because I didn't get a chance to see him in prime, and I'm seasoned, but I'm not that seasoned. I didn't get a chance to see Muhammad Ali in his prime do his thing. I missed it. I wasn't there. But he was, I think from boxing standpoint, he probably was the best. Just what I saw, what I heard, the dynamic he had over the whole world, the touch that he had in the Black community, the touch that he had in Pan-Africanism, just the things he did, just in general outside of the sports realm, and what he did in the ring too. So that's my next athlete. I think my third athlete is another big one that we probably will always say, and is Jim Brown. I didn't get a chance to see Jim Brown run that rock. I didn't get a chance to see him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Jim Brown was dominant at the running game. Anybody that was 6'3", 6'2", 250, the speed he had, power. That was my dad's favorite athlete. I didn't get a chance to see him. I would love to see him in the 60s and to do his thing the way he was doing it. And then my last athlete is a Redskin. I didn't get a chance to see Slinging Sammy Bowl. I would love to see Sammy Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That quarterback. We have never had a quarterback like him, in generation after generation after generation. As a Redskin fan or a Commander fan or a Washington fan, I got to say, I want to see us have a quarterback at that level. He was at the highest at his time. So that's my 4.
All right. Okay, Trey Z. Let's look at this real fast right here. John says, Big Al, Terry McLaurin is the number 1 wide receiver. Trey Z's my guy. He also said, John said Jesse Owens, Jack Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell. However, I would need to immediately return to the present to avoid Jim Crow. Okay, I got you. I feel you. Okay, Big Al, who you got?
It's Trey Z, you mean?
All right.
Sorry, Tracy.
All right. What I will say is that I am going to take boxing, and I am going to say Jack Johnson. John messed me up because that's what I was waiting on. Jack Johnson did some things. Jack Johnson was the Jordan. He was the epitome of everything new as it comes to a black athlete. That guy did so many things. I mean, one of the first black millionaires, man, interracial dating. He broke all kind of barriers, man, and just dominated, a sport that was really just finding its own. So that's why I chose Jack Johnson. Would love to have seen it. Arthur Ashe, I'm going tennis. Arthur Ashe, man. When I think about great tennis players, man, the names of when I think of men in the sport, that name always stuck with me. I used to know what he looked like, but I never really got a chance to see him play because back in the day, even though we were around and young, tennis wasn't necessarily televised like that. So, it was a very something you would read in the paper, and they maybe catch on the news a little blurb, but unless it's Wimbledon, you didn't see it. And so I wanted to see Arthur Ashe. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm going again. Me and John had the same thing. Mr. Will Chamberlain. Was a phenom, man. This guy was an athlete, not just a basketball player. Agile. He was an amazing player. That another phenom that just at his height was just really nobody. And you still at this point can't think of anybody that played like him. Now starting to get a lot of the young guys. Even our rookie has the athletic ability to be, that kind of person. But of course, we're not going to even lay him up against somebody like Chamberlain now. But Chamberlain also off the field was a interesting fellow. So off the court, excuse me. So I definitely wanted to see what he was like. And last but not least, Satchel Paige.
Hey,
Paige.
That's a nice one.
Satchel Paige, they said he can throw the ball, run to the plate, and hit it himself. This guy was a major athlete, ball player, played for a very long time. I think when he got to the majors, he was almost 50, and he was still outplaying some of the young guys. Satchel Paige and just the Negro Leagues in itself, man. Now that they have released the evidence,
right.
They've gone in the files and dug it up and had to admit that these guys were balling and all the records have come down. Yep. And so this is no longer a ghost figure. This is now a historical figure. So yes, I'm ready to sit down and with my popcorn and see Satchel play.
That's
what's
up.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think Don has knocked this question out of the park again. He's been giving us some great topics for quite a while now. That's why we love having Don come on at the beginning of the month to give us some questions to ask our guests. It makes everybody think, and it sparks that sports conversation, which is what we are about. So that was the start of questions that need to be answered. Now, like I said, we're going heavy Commanders today, so let's get this out of the way as well. Say it. Your Atlanta Hawks took on the Washington Wizards yesterday. Everybody had a little bit of homework. We was told to watch this game and look at the number 1 and number 2 pick go head to head. Say it. What did you think about the number 1 pick? Since you're the Hawks fan and he was number 1, you go first.
He is what I said he was when they drafted him. I mean, he's a middle to top tier guy. That's the way he played. He was 2 for 5 early, he was 2 for 7 early. And he actually got a few shots up afterwards, but I mean, that's what he is. They got a guy who's gonna stay on the wing and run back and forth like Steph Curry and shoot the occasional 3-point shot and occasionally drive to the rim. But he's a guy who's a part of the support staff. So I mean, so for me, that's not worth the number 1 pick. But I mean,
Well, Lady A, what? Okay, well, who impressed you from your summer league team? Say it. Did anyone impress you?
Dirkachek Dukacek, the little guard.
Yeah,
That went down the rim and dunked the ball.
He's pulling from the logo too.
Oh yeah, he surprised me. He has played very well. I want to say his name is Dukacek. I'm sacrificing him too much, but I think what his name is. He played very well. He distributed the ball, and if they gave him a lane, he was going to the rim, layups. You know, he was playing great defense. Him and Mumbai, like 6'11".
Yeah.
He had a good game.
He was a monster on defense. I think a lot of them actually stepped their defensive game up. Some of them sort of sacrificed their offensive game to let these coaches know I'm here to play defense first. Lady A, what did you think about the number 2 pick in SAR?
So, Alex, I mean, I feel like he did all right. He played over 30 minutes in the game. He finished with, I think it was 12 points.
12 points.
Yeah, he had about 12 points. I mean, he did all right. It's the summer league. Truthfully, I don't expect full-blown, hustle in the summer league. You got to do enough to show something, to show why you're there. But, I mean, he did all right. To me, it wasn't spectacular, but he did all right. He was all right. He held his own.
Tracy, I know you guys love watching the Wiz, talking about them. Tracy and Big Al, like, what did y'all think of summer league play from our guys?
Summer league play, what it is. I go with Lady A. She said it right on the spot. SAR, he was out there. It shocked to me that he pulled. I think he let 3 out of his 5 threes. So he's not afraid to shoot. We do need some shooters. We always need shooters, man. We got to find some shooters. We got to pay for some shooters. We need some shooters. Did I mention one thing the Wizards need is shooters? And so
you forgot to tell us what the Wizards need.
I got to tell you about that. This is one thing. Wizards need shooters. And so we got that little man, though, the little man Bubbles. Is out there balling, reminding me of a little bit of I don't want to say this, but he's aggressive to the paint like a Robert Peck. Al, would you say that? With last
athletic as Robert Peck, but
you saw I was hedging him a little bit. He's new, he's a young guy, but he's fearless right now.
He's 18. He's 18 years old.
Right. Yeah. Until he get busted in the mouth, he's gonna keep doing that. That's no, I'm serious. Once you get busted in the mouth once, you have to go put a mouthpiece in, or you're never going in there again. And
your name is Caitlin Clark. The name is Caitlin Clark, and they start coddling you.
Heck, we not going there today.
Oh, my bad.
We're not going on that train today.
And lastly, I'm gonna mention one thing, Al, before you get. I'm gonna laugh at me. JD coming off the bench is the best JD we've seen in 3 years.
I thought I was gonna say something about that because Johnny Davis looks like trade bait right now. Like he's been with the Wizards for 3 years now. You still in the summer league?
Yeah.
What does that say about your? That's a lot to say about our game. And y'all talking about Bronny? Come on now. JD done had 3 years in the league. He was number one draft pick for the Wizards 3 years ago. Still in the summer league. Yep. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's a work in progress.
Yeah, that progress has halted. Go ahead, Big Al.
Well, I think they asked all of them was as advertised. I watched a couple of games yesterday, and the best one I liked was the boy from Houston. Shepard from he played for Houston, but he played from came from Kentucky. I think it was Kentucky. Yeah, he was the best rookie yesterday. Was because I saw him cooking Bronny. He was cooking Bronny. He was just the best rookie I saw all day yesterday.
That's gonna be a T-shirt. Cooking Bronny.
But for they always advertise. I thought the guy from Atlanta, like you said, he's a wing player, he's a 3-and-D guy. That's what he is. SAR is a Ben Baker type, I think. Once he hits the weights and rebounds, and it's going to be between a tweener between power forward and center. Has some talent.
I didn't see center though. I didn't see center.
I don't see center. I see four. And I think the center was there yesterday. And it's sort of like he was looking like, how can we play with each other? But the thing that surprised me about SAR too is for him to be so big, he has handles. He has some handles, and I can see some pick and roll situations.
Yeah. I don't know if he's athletic as someone like Giannis, but he is more so a Vin Baker. I just see Vin Baker in him. I don't know if y'all remember who Vin Baker is.
Vin Baker.
That's what I see, a Vin Baker in him. With some seasoning.
Hold on real fast. And I hate to put this on pause, right? But I'm going to do this real quick because we just got a special guest backstage. So we just got big time. So, Deacon, how are you?
What up, fellas? What's going on?
Wait, I thought he said we got big time. Yeah.
We did. We just got big time. We just got big time. The Deacon has joined us.
We got some light skin news coming. We got some light
the light skin guys in the house.
Hey, guys. Hey.
Y'all chill out.
Sorry. I'm light skinned too.
You're all right, lady. Nothing wrong with you.
Okay.
Light skin Hall of Fame. What you talking about?
I don't know how long we had Deacon, and Big Al is finishing up his Wiz report real fast, and then Deacon, we're gonna get your report on the Wiz and the Hawks and what you think.
All right, I got you.
Okay,
well, just to finish up, I'm a playground guy, so I like Bud with Bad Goods. 18 years old, so I got a lot of Baltimore in him. Very competitive. You know, still a support player. I don't think he is the main at this point in his career. He's not going to be the main guy, but a support player. So I just think this year's draft, you have a lot of support people out there. You know what I'm saying? People that's going to be, just complimentary people. Everybody's waiting for the flag guy. Everybody's waiting for him, Cooper. You know what I'm saying? So I think, to me, what I seen is every year you get one or two guys. And this year we just didn't have the main guy. You never know. With Jim and hard work, you never know, though. You never know. But right now, I like what we had. I like what the Wizards had. I actually like the guy from Atlanta. I thought he is what he is, a 3-and-D. And
Yeah.
All right.
Guy, he was dope.
Yeah. So what do you think, Deacon?
What's the question?
The question is about the Wiz and Hawks game. What did you think of the 1 and 2 rookies?
Well, right now, I'm on vacation with my family.
So he's like, I didn't watch none of that. I didn't watch none of that. Okay.
No. There's like 350 people here, man. So my time has been put off.
Let's see what you answer the question, man.
Let's say I don't.
Warming up. You've been on the scene the whole time talking. Let me get warmed up.
All the time.
Oh, Lord.
Look, the Deacon's greeting people right now. Listen, let's move on to our next one.
The Deacon got the red cup.
I like what I saw from Star. Obviously, he has an all-around game. Okay, he can hit threes. Obviously, he can block a ball. He got nice, fluid movement, man. When he's dribbling and going into a move, man, I like that. He's further along than I actually thought he would be. Now he didn't get as many points as Rasha Shea, but Rasha Shea took a lot more shots too.
Yeah, he did.
He played more of a team game than Rasha Shea did. But I like it. I like Bud Carrington. He looked good. He looked like he belonged out there. Nice to bring the ball up. He had a couple of nice shots. Hit a couple threes. So I mean, yeah, they may be role players right now, Big Al, but I think I give it 2 years, man, and we're gonna be in the mix. We're gonna if we can get one more shooter, we need a shooter. If we can get pure shooter, we good to go.
Yeah,
that's what Tracy said. Tracy said we need a shooter. Listen, we're gonna skip the roundabout.
Right, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
We're gonna skip the roundabout because right now I told you guys we're going heavy Commanders today, and it is time to rep your squad. And the squad that we're repping today, even said is repping the Washington Commanders today because we're talking Commanders. We're talking Commanders for the rest of the show. Say it is like what? No, I'm not.
No Georgia Bulldogs, huh?
They was up.
Did you see the size of that Georgia Bulldog on that splash page?
Wait a minute, hold on, let me see.
That was mentioned.
That Bulldog. Hey, said you muted. Why the Bulldog so big? Said.
That's what happened when you back-to-back champs. To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
You gotta beat the man. To be the man.
Oh my God.
That's what happened when you back-to-back champs. You get the hardware.
Say it.
All
right.
Just like that.
We are no longer months away from rookies reporting and the vets reporting. We're weeks away now, right? Mm-hmm. So we're at that part of the year where we all get juiced up for the National Football League. So we're gonna talk Commanders, like I said. Now, we're not just gonna talk Commanders, but we're gonna talk Commanders versus the AFC North. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, and the Cincinnati Bengals, as Doc would say, Cincinnati. All right? So my first question is this. What do y'all see the Commanders being? Where do you see the Commanders being in November? We're not even going to the end of the season. I just want your outlook for November. That's 2 months into the season. I'm going to start with you, Deacon. Where are we going to be in 2 months into the season?
2 months, was it 8 games halfway?
That's about 8 games, yes.
Let me look at y'all
4-4.
4-4.
4-4.
When on the road, are we on the road to the Super Bowl, or are we just middling in the middle?
No, you ain't get to be like that again.
Okay.
I ain't doing that no more. But Al said
okay.
earlier this year. He was the first one to figure it out.
All right, Tracy.
Listen, 4-4 is a good number, man. It's a good start. That means we're up and down. Rookie's getting his stripes. We're starting to get together on our team. We won 4 games. You know, you got to look at that first. We won 4. May have lost 4, but we won 4. That means the second half, we in full sprint mode, man. We're in full sprint mode. We got the offense down. The defense is all together now. Halfway through, man. That's when you get going on. What?
You got to get it good at that point.
That's right.
You're right.
You know what the team is.
All right. Okay. Big Tracy. 4 games. 8 games into the season. 8 games into the season. Where do you see us?
I'm gonna go one game above Deacon. I'm gonna be
5-3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go above. I'm gonna go with our run game is going to surprise people. I repeat, our run game is going to surprise people because our offensive coordinator is going to do more than the last guy, and actually going to play players according to their talent and not just run the daggone sleeve. And that's what's going to happen, man. And it's going to surprise people because nobody really knows the talent that we got. And now that we just picked up your boy from the Chargers, man, y'all, he actually is going to catch it outside in the flats. You haven't seen that in how many years, Sid? The actual Commanders throwing the ball to their running back. Ooh, whoa. It's going to be amazing. And then I want somebody to try to tackle the big young man, number 8, coming at you full speed out there by yourself in open space. You're going to see a little different play, y'all. The talent is going to show itself on offense. And then when we don't feel like doing that, we got the old man who can't drop a pass. Ertz is going to just be open somehow because guess what? They're going to be looking at the fast back in the backfield. They're going to have to lead that big white boy. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to catch it, and he's going to run and get some yak. So what I'm saying to y'all is, y'all better, y'all. I get one more game, 2 picks. What I said,
5-3. You always right. Okay, Big
Al.
I'm
always right.
Oh, wait, Trey. Who you say catching the ball?
You heard me.
He said Ertz.
You heard me. Big Ertz.
No, I heard the other.
Mm-hmm. I heard that too.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. You should be proud of that, just like I'm proud when he catch the ball. Somebody catch that tight end, catch that ball. What was that again? What was that?
That was fine. That was an HR fine.
HR fine with the language.
I got fine. My grandson, he's like.
Salute. All right, Trey. Oh, sorry, Big Al. What do you see us 8 games into the season?
So I love my my OGs, my partners. I grew up with these dudes, man. I love them, man. I really do. They that's my partners right here. But you know what I'm saying? But they don't put their money where their mouth is. Okay. And I like to put my money where my mouth is. And unfortunately, I have followed these partners, these dudes right here, and lost my money. So I don't listen to these fans. They love the players. They are fans. You know what I'm saying? So I heard Garage Light. You know Garage Light. He loved me too, but
Here you go.
Say what they're gonna say. The first game was Tampa Bay. That's a win, baby. That's a win. I got a win for Tampa Bay.
That's a playoff team from last year, so everybody's counting Tampa as a win. They not soft. That's a playoff team from last year. They not soft,
but we're gonna surprise them, and that's a win. Then we got to play the Green Bay, the Giants after that. That's a 2. That's 2, baby. That's 2. Then we played
that's where you lost your money.
Then we played on Bengals.
We played Cincinnati.
The Bungles.
The Bungles, that's a loss. Then we're going to play the Cardinals. Arizona, that's a win. Then we're going to play them Browns. That's a loss.
Nah, that's a win.
Then we're going to play them Ravens. That's a loss. Yeah, then we're going to play them Panthers, and that's a win.
Yeah, that's a win.
So there's our 4 wins right there.
I said, right? So I'm saying Cleveland.
Then we're going to play the Giants. That's
the Bears. Nope, it's the Bears next.
No, the Bears.
It's the Bears.
Yeah.
It's the
Carolina and the Bears.
Bears and then Giants.
I am never going to go against the Bears ever again because Trey Z, I lost a lot of money off that Bears game last year.
It was New York. It wasn't the Bears. It was New York.
No, that game was over before it started.
Then we play the Giants again. That's a loss too. Just a loss. Then we play what? The Eagles.
Well, no, that's an 8 game. Giants is 8 game.
The Giants is the 8th game. The 9th game. The 9th game is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. And now y'all know why I chose the AFC North is because we really faced the AFC North right out the gate in the first 2 months. We are playing versus the AFC North, and the only team that we don't play in the first 8 weeks is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mm-hmm. And the Pittsburgh Steelers got a schedule on them. Their schedule is light in the beginning of the season and heavy on the backside of their program, on the backside of their schedule. So we just heard Big Al just really go down and break that down. And I chose the AFC because that is our team that we have to face, the division that we have to face. And they quarterback heavy. We talking about Joe Burrow. We talking about Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. Deshaun Watson, maybe he's getting his stuff together this year. And then we haven't even gotten into what's that last team there? Say it. What's that last team?
Pittsburgh.
I said Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
I said Pittsburgh is Justin Fields. Yep.
You talking about the Ravens, man.
Yeah, that guy. That dude who can beat you with his feet and his arms.
And his brand new Cadillac running back.
I'll be quite honest with you, though, Pick, though. If we win 3 or 4 games, like even Deacon said, or even 3 games, I'd be happy, man. I'll be honest with you. If we between 3 and 4, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I get it. Now, last year we scrimmaged Baltimore, right? Let's start with Baltimore. You said pray for Big Al, right?
We scrimmaged them and we beat them, but that was not the regular season pick.
That's not the regular season. And they, my question here is this. Let's just look at Baltimore in a whole. Us versus Baltimore. We know Baltimore has that lightning quick quarterback. They have a legit wide receiver, an all-pro tight end. Their defense is always solid. Now, they lost their defensive coordinator, and we know coaching matters. Is that right? Correct. Say it. That's correct. Say it, right? Coaching matters?
Yes, coaching matters.
Coaching matters. So they lost their defensive coordinator to Seattle. But what do we expect to get from the Baltimore Ravens this year? Say it. I'm going to start with you this time.
Hold on. I didn't get to talk about the expectations. You skip right past me.
Yeah. I let the OG.
You want to skip past me on expectations of 8 games.
I just
3 and 5.
I let the
OG the first 8 games. 3 and 5.
3 and 5.
3 and 5 out of the first 8 games.
He fell into the Albert. He fell into the Big Al thing.
I'm just being realistic.
You want to give us
remember, y'all have a rookie starting quarterback. Come on now.
But
he's a good because you guys are looking past the Arizona team who has a defensive coordinator who made the Philadelphia Eagles what? What did they go with their defensive coordinator? The Super Bowl.
They beat the
Now,
Cowboys.
you're not going to tell me you're going to bring a rookie quarterback in to get past that defensive scheme in Arizona who gave people fits last year and they didn't have everybody that fit.
I don't know. I believe we just told you that.
But also
Somebody
they
said
gave
y'all
away,
going to beat Arizona.
but they also gave away Isaiah Simmons.
But
They had Isaiah Simmons last year doing that. They had
He
Isaiah
wasn't
Simmons
the only
last
person on
year.
the team, Picks what I'm saying.
But they traded him last
year. What I'm
year.
saying is, we just said coaching matters. He had
Coaching
that defense coached up, ready to play every game.
That
They
was
won
early.
games they should not have won.
That was
Y'all
early
cannot
in the year.
discount him going against a rookie quarterback. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, Sid, I admire your
We're
passion.
5 and first 8.
Okay,
3
well,
and
can I
5.
tell mine because Pick skipped
Go.
over me as well. We have company, and Pick don't care about us.
That's not true. That's not true. I just know that these dudes down here, they liable to give you something that we can post up all year and just make it work.
I mean, we post stuff all year. I'm just saying we here, Pick. We not in business.
I'm with you, Lady A. Go ahead, Lady A.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna keep it real. We should be 7-1 the first 8 games, but we not. We should be 7-1.
That's a fan right there, baby.
Hey, say it. Look that way. Look that way. Say it. Look that way. Make sure. Look that way.
I didn't say we were going to be. I said we should be. There's a difference. Because y'all know I'm gonna be at the games of what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna look for whoever's fault it is that we didn't win the game. We should be 7-1, but we'll probably be 5-3.
5-3.
5-3. That's okay.
Trey Z, lady.
And that's me looking at the schedule. So I'm not just saying these numbers just because. The reason why I said 7-1 is because last time we saw Derrick Henry, he ran all the way over us. He embarrassed us. It was a problem. And here we go. He's on a better team.
A better team.
So I know that's going to be a tough game to win. It'll be a miracle. I'm not even going. Y'all not going to see me at that game because I'm not going all the way up there to mess around and get embarrassed. I'm not doing that. So I'm going to be at, because that game's in Baltimore. So for people who don't know, but I feel like we'll be 5-3 based off of just the way the flow of everything is. So.
Okay.
2 5-3s. We got 2 5-3s.
Yeah. And I'm going to just let you know, Big Al, I feel like you was cheating off my paper when it came to the question of the month. Because I feel like you had probably about 2 or 3 people from my list on yours. So
you got to stop putting your question of the month on Facebook. You got to stop putting your answer on Facebook. That's why people be looking at that. That's how they get your. That's how they get your.
That's how we get it.
You posted on Instagram. Okay, so listen now. Let's look at Baltimore. Okay, let's look at how do we compare to Baltimore. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Derrick Henry did what he did versus us with the Tennessee Titans. Now you put him and Lamar in the read option, and I feel like you have to put 8 people in the box. There is a must that you put 8 people in the box. So I feel as if our corners this year for the Commanders, the corners and the safeties have to play man-to-man versus this team and make Lamar make mistakes when it comes to the passing game, because I just don't see us winning this game playing zones and things like that, because Lamar, he'll pick those apart if you let him. Don't forget his MVP season. He came out and set the world on fire with his arm before he started dicing you up with his legs later that year. So what do y'all think about Derrick Henry, the read option, or you know what I mean, that RPO there in our corners, playing against these Baltimore Ravens wide receivers and tight ends?
Don't beat me all day.
Go ahead, Trey.
Deacon, mute.
Yeah,
Mute.
I got you. Go ahead, you good?
So
I got it.
What I was saying, or what I will say, is that game we're going to get the brakes beat off of us, no matter how you slice it. This guy just by himself is a phenom, right? And Derrick Henry, in any way, shape, or form, is not done. I don't know what people thinking or whatever. That we had a chance to get him, Pick. We had a chance. It was wide open, and I just knew we were going to snatch him up, but we didn't. Okay, I'm trying to let that go. So the only thing that we can do is what you said, is try to make this guy make a mistake. And the only way that I know is to what? My guys will tell you not give him any time. So I'm also Mr. Blitz.
Yep.
Blitz.
You got to send some run dogs.
There's a guy coming every down, chasing this dude, and he's not going. Nobody's going to catch him, but he's going to be running. And I want to see him try to make those passes running versus staying in the pocket. That's all.
Yep.
He might slip one time. Somebody might tip that ball. We get a turnover. Got better chances than letting him sit back there and just pick us apart because he can. He does have a rifle of an arm. So that's the only way to beat him, man. That's it. Defense has to go in there, and everybody got to pretend that they were talking about their mama all week long and just go in there and try to put the hat on everybody every chance they get, period.
All right, Big Al.
I feel the same way with this game. I think that it's going to be a high-scoring game. We have to make it a high-scoring game. We got to get interceptions and turnovers. We got to, take advantage of all those type of I'm not saying fluke. I don't think we can beat them straight up. You know what I'm saying? I think we play them 10 times. We probably lose 7. You know what I'm saying? So we have to play them to play to win. And so if that's blitzing, that's them making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you beat these guys. First thing you do is stop. I feel like you just got to stop the run first and make them all.
You got to make them one-dimensional.
Make them one-dimensional. Make the ball beat you with the arm, which he can do. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's a situation where we got to score and make them make mistakes. We have several games like this. We got, like I said, we got a young team. We have a diverse team with some veterans on there, but we've slowly turned our team over. So again, I'm happy with 3-5 or 4-4 would be a great start for us.
All right, Deacon, I got you muted over here right now. I hope you're ready to tell us about us versus the Baltimore Ravens. Lady A, I'm coming to you next, and then say it.
All right. This is going to be my last question because it got dark out here and I can't go inside because it's too loud. But, listen, I'm not scared of Derrick Henry. I'm not scared of Derrick Henry because if you make him go east and west, he got nothing. He's got nothing. He's hard down, going down straight into the middle, but east and west, he's no good. He's fast, but he's not the fastest. He's big, but he's not the strongest going east to west, man. So Baltimore, we can beat them if our secondary holds up. If our secondary holds up, man, we might be all right. I'm not scared of Derrick Henry. I'm really not scared of Lamar because, in the beginning of the season, he wants to make like he's a quarterback and not a running quarterback. He tries to prove that point. So if we get him early and we get him down, I think we got him, man. I don't think they can come back with the run, and I don't think they have the weapons. They got the weapons.
Yeah, they got the weapons. They got some weapons.
I thought you'd be a fan. I'm about to put my fan on. But, if we get him early, stop Henry from going north and south, we can get him east and west, man, we got him. Somebody
found some light. Found some light. Deacon said, let there be light.
Hey, I appreciate y'all letting me on, man. I got to get out of here and say hello and goodbye to all my family. 350, we stand in the line. We got to shake everybody's hand. So,
thank you for joining us, Deacon.
Hey, be safe, brother.
Be safe.
Get back.
All right. That was the Deacon. He's back there. He's still going. He's putting the camera up and things like that. Thank you, Deacon. We really do appreciate you for doing that while you're out there with the family. Lady A, go on, break down Baltimore.
All right, so I'm going to just keep it real. Playing Baltimore is just a half a step below a division game for us. I don't care who's on their team, who's on our team. It's usually a fight. It's a battle. So I feel like in this instance, Derrick Henry have run all over us. And we don't want that to happen again. Lamar is a really good quarterback. We definitely, I agree, we do have to outscore them. But we have so many people on our defense that they need to step up anyway, particularly in this game, because it is a very strong offense. like Forbes, for instance, he needs to step it up. We need him because he was brought onto this team not because he blocks. We know he can't block. He was brought on this team because we need him to intercept the ball.
Yeah, we do. We need some turnovers.
We need that. So
he needs to learn how to jump on somebody's back. Something.
Well, first off, he
need a couple more meals, and
he don't have a high school coach back there coaching.
He needs some meals, like because he needs to get his weight up a little bit. So hit some weights or something. But regardless, he was born onto this team to intercept the ball, and I don't really see that. Well, no, Pitt. He was brought on the team to intercept the ball, not just turnovers. It's very specific, and he ain't doing that. He's not even turning over the ball. He falling. He's getting drugged down the field. I need him to step it up. So once that's done, we'll start to see some. Everyone is brought onto the team for a specific reason. It's time for them to step up and show the reason why they're here. Earn your paycheck. So I think we beat Baltimore? Sure, we can beat every team.
We're supposed to be able to beat every team on our schedule. Yeah.
Right, it's sports, but the only way you're going to be able to do it is you got to outscore them, and then you have to find a way to keep taking the ball away from the offense. That's the only way we're going to do it.
Okay, say it. What you got?
I think this is going to be an interesting game early on because of Baltimore itself. With the weapons they've added to Lamar from what he had last year to this year. Yeah. Henry is a weapon alone. So now people are really going to have to respect their read option from Lamar. Just a half a step slower do you react because, if he gives it to Henry, you're going to have to jump on his back. He's going to need at least 8 people. You've seen him flipping over the refrigerators on the commercial. So,
hold on. My man Banger 75. Did you add 187 to your name? Was it always 187?
I feel like that's what it was. It's been that.
Yeah, but the weapons Lamar has, along with Todd Monken, who has the ability to break down team defense very well in this offensive scheme. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be needed watching in this game. Baltimore, they're determined to get back to the playoffs. They were in the driver's seat against Kansas City, and then Tay showed up with that truck, and it was over with.
Tay showed up with the truck.
So they know they got the ability, and they started early on to keep it going. So I mean, and then again, Baltimore they're gonna take everybody back shot because everybody know they was one step away from the Super Bowl. So it works both ways. Now, offensively, Cliff Kingsbury is not one of my fans. So I'm just going to put it out there. Because he's one of those guys, when he was a head coach, he was pass happy, run second. So I don't know how much leash he's going to have to pass like he wants to and run when he wants to. It's going to be interesting. We won't find out until the season starts.
Right.
I like what Bruce Glass said here. Bruce Glass said the Commanders' defense will determine if they're 500 or better, right? And then so Banger answered my question. He says, no, a lot of people have the name, so that's the only way it could work with them. But I swear to God, that's my first time seeing that 187 because I was like, the police gonna know where you at, man. Stop putting that right there behind it because they looking for you. All right. Say it.
I agree with John. And then also, not just because it's a team that no longer exists, we can't predict because kind of like what my cousin Ciozi said, we don't know if these teams will be healthy. We don't know if our team will be healthy. We don't know if Baltimore is going to be healthy. I mean, let's keep it real. This is the NFL.
Yeah, but we got to hopefully pray and assume that they are.
Yeah.
Exactly. I remember a time when nobody knew what we had and a guy by the name of Bobby Three Sticks.
Three Sticks.
And he had a running back that nobody predicted was going to do anything. And
Alfred
the thing
Morrison.
called a read option began.
Yep.
So it shook up the NFL. I just want to go ahead and say that. It shook up the what? NFL.
I don't know if we want to put our quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna call him Sonic the Hedgehog because we saw this one video where he got the rings knocked out of him. You remember Sonic when he bumped into something and the coins come out of him? Yeah, we saw this one video where he was running around and the dude hit him so hard he lost all of his Sonic coins. So we don't want Jaden running and experiencing that welcome to the NFL rookie moment. We don't need that.
Right.
But just like we said, and I totally agree with Bruce Glass, is our defense has to win the day versus the Baltimore Ravens. They have to win the day to let our offense get the ball back more and more, put some points on the board, because Baltimore is really not that play from behind team, sort of like the Tennessee Titans was, where they would pound you into submission, right? Mm-hmm. So that's Baltimore. Now let's go a little bit further up north. We're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a quarterback situation. This is a team that's never below 500 with their coach, Omar Epps Jr.
Senior, big brother.
Senior, Lady A's crush.
That's Mike Epps.
Mike Epps, mm-hmm. You know. So here we go. We know that this team right here, they're going to bring the defense, but one of their big stars got hurt last year, right? And we played them like game 9. So maybe he'll be back to full strength. And I'm talking about Mr. Watt up there. They have some awesome wide receivers. They have a lot of Georgia Bulldogs. So say it, you're going to go first here when we're talking about Pittsburgh.
What?
You're going first. We're talking about Pittsburgh.
You're going to go first.
You were talking about Pittsburgh. And we know that their primary concern this year was addressing their offensive line. They have Najee Harris, who literally is on one of those deals where you either are a 1,000-yard running back and you're outstanding, or we're going to move on from you, right? Along with, they may put Justin Fields and Russell Wilson in the game at the same time. We don't know, but we do know that they got a Bulldog on the outside and he is a dog. Said, how do you see us matching up with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Not just not outside. They also brought in running back, unassigned free agent.
Undrafted free agent.
So now y'all got to deal with Cordell Patterson, Najee Harris, in the backfield. I mean, well, we already know Cordell Patterson. He's a couple steps slow at this point. But you're right though. You still got George Pickens out there, wide receiver. You got so many people. You got so many weapons. He have at the disposal. Roger Jones at right tackle. He's played right tackle. They played him at left tackle. As a matter of fact, they cut the dude with the left tackle.
You're making me send NIL money to John.
But they cut the guy left tackle. He lost his spot. Mm-hmm. So I mean, but you got so many people there. Now that you got Darnell Washington. We're going to throw him out there too. So he's like another offensive line.
Just keep the flag up.
The problem with Pittsburgh this year is going to be who the offensive coordinator is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how these guys keep getting jobs. But anyway, Arthur Smith. You see the cash out. Arthur Smith. His play calling is subjective. That's probably the best way I can put it.
So what you're saying is we can get an offensive coordinator fired if we have a great game. Our defense has an outstanding game. Let's say we have 3 turnovers, right? 2 interceptions, a couple of fumble, and maybe a missed fumble where they get that back, right? And we hold their defense or their offense to 3 points, and they put both quarterbacks in. We can get an offensive coordinator fired. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're saying?
Who y'all got an offensive line gonna stop that whiteboard?
That's what I was wondering. I'm worried about my offensive line again.
So their whiteboard better be hurt when y'all play, because if he ain't hurt.
Now, I understand the white boy blew his knee out, wasn't it? Did he blow his knee out?
He blew his knee out, but he should be back.
That was last season.
I was already wrapped myself up right here.
St. John still ain't back.
But it's a possibility. I mean, but you gotta realize now. I mean, Omar FC, he had them teams ready to play. Every year they keep predicting the boy's gonna be under 500, and he's still there. He's the only NFL coach, and every year that he's coached has been at least 500 or better. Yep. The only NFL coach.
Y'all tried to count him out last season, and I kept telling y'all.
They got him counting out this season. If I remember correctly, let me go over here.
Yeah, I saw they did. They had him.
He's not going nowhere. He's not
going
nowhere.
I'm sorry, I took it off of there. Huh?
No, they did have him under 500.
Yeah, the NFL analytics had Pittsburgh under 500 this year.
Mike said he not going to do it.
Yeah,
I mean ESPN. I'm sorry, I said NFL, ESPN analytics. I'm sorry.
Right.
Mike is trying to do what no other AFC North team has done, is not be in the playoffs and be irrelevant and then come back and win the division the following year. Where everybody's already assuming that this is going to be Baltimore's or Cincinnati's division. Pittsburgh saying, whoa, don't forget about us. Don't forget about us. And that's why I'm saying, if you look at their schedule allows them to get off to a great start this year. Mm-hmm. And then the question is going to be is, are they able to handle the bumps and bruises, because their schedule is difficult, really, really difficult on the backside of their schedule. So literally after us, their schedule turns up 100%. It turns up 100%. So, will they?
I'm ask you a question, Tupac. Do you trust their quarterbacking?
Which one? I think Justin Fields.
Both of them. Which one?
I think that Russell Wilson could possibly have a bounce back year, because to tell the truth,
why?
To tell the truth about it.
Why? Is he the guy that said something about us ride or something like that?
Yeah, that's him. But I think that he's been humble. I think that he's been humble off of the years that he had in Denver, off of what he came from
Russell
from Seattle.
Humble?
I'm telling you, I feel like he's been humble, and
really?
And it's a do or die. It's a do or die type thing, because next thing you know, he's going to be in the politics. He's going to be out of the NFL in the politics.
I think he might need to get into it now.
Somebody's booth. Well, we're going to see.
He's going to be a backup for like 5 years, get a couple more free checks.
Hey, if that's what you want. Listen, that's the weak link.
To me, that's the weak link too, is the quarterback.
You need a leader. You got, like Al said, you got special.
Don't say it.
Russell's broken. He's broken. That's a broken man. And I hope that he could get coached up. No, listen.
Do Russell like that?
Yeah, Russell's broke. He's broken. Listen. No, I remember the time Russell came through here and did the same thing to the Commanders as we were talking about Jamal from Baltimore. I know it. He can do it. But ever since that situation happened, man, he hasn't been the same. And so what I'm saying is, now you got Fields, who has also been abused like a former quarterback that we had, abused in Chicago, literally just abused.
But
so now he's a head case. So what you got here is a therapy session that's building in Pittsburgh. No, seriously, we got to hold hands and really talk about this thing, man, because Tomlin's a great coach, but you got something to deal with. You do. And I'm just being real with it.
Let me speak about that quarterback room, because you're talking about that quarterback room. I would put that quarterback room versus a lot of quarterback rooms in the NFL. And I'm going to tell you why. Because one, if Russ is a head case and he's not performing the way he should, and he's on his way to being a backup, the thing about Pittsburgh is they addressed their offensive line this year. Justin Fields has never had an offensive line, and Pittsburgh runs the ball. So it's not all on Justin Fields. It's going to be play action, which he's excellent at. Play action, boots, get him on the edge, let him decide if he can throw the ball or run the ball. So I think Justin Fields, if you do bench Russ, Justin Fields is the perfect backup to get in there and do what he has to do, use his legs, use his arm, and he has weapons to use. Plus, he's never had an offensive line the way that Pittsburgh provided an offensive line this year, because that was their problem last year. And they went into the draft, they addressed their offensive line, and like I said, they're going to run the ball before they pass the ball.
So let me say this. When it comes to Pittsburgh, of all teams, you have a head coach that can really get into the mind of their players. I've seen it as far as the way he speaks to them, the way he encourages them. You know, if Russ and Justin do have, you know, that lack of confidence within themselves, I think they're in the right place to get it back. if it doesn't work here, then I don't feel like it could work anywhere.
Anywhere, right? Pocket
So
full of
I feel like this
Ritalin.
is a do or die for the both of them, because if you can't work with Mike, and Mike has, like you said, Mike has addressed the offensive line. Mike knows how to win. He will win at all costs. We've seen it. Somehow he'll pull a win out of nowhere. You're like, where does win come from? Mike got it. So I feel like, you know, if it doesn't work with Pittsburgh, no matter where they go, it's not gonna work. They might as well just hang it up.
You're gonna have to hand out a lot of squeegee toys, you know, some hugs. You're gonna have to really pay attention to what's going on.
I want to say Mike's a great coach, but sometimes you can't fix a head situation. This is a hard thing to fix. Right. I have not seen someone recover from a head situation, you know, and I like Russ.
What kind of situation?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does.
Hey.
Huh? Yes.
No Diddy.
No Diddy now. But so I just think Mike has a lot of work to do. But is he going to have a good team? Will he be competitive? Yes, that's what Mike does. That's just what Mike does. Is it tough for the Commanders to win this game? Yes. I got us losing it, to be honest with you. So I'm a fan. I love my Commanders, but
you got to be realistic.
We got Pittsburgh going 7-9.
7-9.
Man.
Yeah. And
that's ESPN again?
That was an early ESPN analytic that they put out.
That was right after the draft, wasn't it?
Yeah, right after the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you know, Mike normally, Mike is tough, man. Mike can coach his butt also. 7-9, I think, you know, I will bet against that.
Hey, so tell me, do you have us? Let's go around the bench. Start said, Lady A, then we go Big Al, and then Trey Z. You got us winning or losing versus Pittsburgh?
It's an L.
Al already said L.
I was about to say Pig. I think that's
now for Garage Life. I'm gonna say
it's gonna take a lot for us to win that game. I think that's gonna be an
L. I think if we can get a wide receiver from the 49ers, it may change the tide. So we need a number one wide receiver.
Y'all got one.
We need a number one wide receiver. Garage Life.
Let me say this. I will switch it up. If they're undefeated by the time they come to us, we're winning.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. We're going with the emotion. You know how they come into Washington like
because that's what we did before to them. You know what I mean? They were undefeated and we broke their record, that streak.
When did we play them, Al?
The 9th game, I believe. I think that's the 9th.
Yeah, that's number 9. We play 9th game.
9th game. So we should be, you know, our wide receiver from the 49ers should be good and warmed up and ready to go.
We fixed our middle. Nobody's talked about that. Our middle has been fixed to the point where when I say the word blitz, it's going to mean a little different. When I talk about a defense and actually somebody recognizing that this guy is about to, make a play or to pay attention to the offensive lineman, know that it's a pass versus a run because I'm experienced. We're going to have a little different outlet. Now, if we're all healthy and if everybody's healthy and flying around the ball, because our coach came in and said we're going to play violently, just like that. The word was violently. I haven't heard that in years. If we're doing that by the 9th game, I got that, Lady A. I'm gonna go with that. They don't have to be undefeated. They're just gonna get shocked and bust in the mouth because that's all we want to do. Because when you have a defense that's playing lights out, that's all we want to do. We can care less about the score. Who did I put down? We had a defense like that one time when the guy blitzed the quarterback. I think it was Eli Manning. We put it was a wide receiver, and his face mask came off because we were lights out. Yeah. But we have to have that mentality, and that's a Pittsburgh mentality, and that's a Philadelphia mentality, and that's those Baltimore mentalities, those defenses that you go, here come that defense. We can do that if we have the coaching. Going back to what said, I always say it too. If they're really coaching these guys up to be nasty, Doc Walker, nasty, and really get out there and play some football, man, that's a whole different story. So I'm gonna go with John and say I can't really call it until I see how we're coming down, how we are buying.
No. We're not doing that. We have these shows to give our opinions, right? So we're not going to take a neutral stance. We ain't Switzerland.
We Switzerland.
We ain't hedging nothing. You take a stance. It's either a win or a loss. No, don't tell me
we're beating Pittsburgh. I said it.
There we go. All right, now let's move over to Cincinnati. Okay, we got Joe Burrow, who told everybody, "I am here to remind y'all of who I am." You got wide receivers that want to get beat, that want out, that want trades. They lost their running back in Mixon. Their offensive line is still not quite fixed, but their defense is steadily improving. They have some dogs on the edge. They have some solid people in the secondary because their secondary has been getting picked off in free agency lately. Is Cincinnati poised to claim the AFC North? And how do we fare versus Cincinnati? Lady A, we're starting with you.
Probably because you can read my mind. I'm going to tell you firsthand, I've never believed in Joe Cool. You always talk about Joe Cool, but I'm not buying it. I am not buying it. You can put your glasses on all day long, Pick. I got glasses too. But I'm not buying the Joe Cool thing. Like, I feel like we can beat them. And we have. We've beat Joe Cool. Like, we good. That's a win. You don't even got to ask me no more.
Okay. Big Al, Cincinnati.
Well, that's the third game of the year, right?
That is.
So they're going to have film on our quarterback by that time, would you say?
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
That's the third game of the year. We beat the Giants. We beat Tampa Bay. Now Cincinnati's going to have film on us, right?
Yep.
And Joe Cool is healthy. Is he healthy? How's he looking in practicing?
He's healthy. Joe Cool is healthy. They've been patient with him throughout the OTAs and things like that. But Joe said
that's the issue with him.
I'm here to remind y'all of who I am.
I think Joe Cool's he's the only one I know to beat Pat Mahomes, right? Isn't he the only one to beat him? He beat Kansas City, right?
Yes.
He's the only one. Then he also beat Buffalo, right?
Yes.
Yes. He's the only one that beats those guys, right?
Yes.
So he's one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league. Would you say that? If he's healthy?
I would say that. When he's healthy. When healthy.
And our secondary with J.J. Evans and the guy that can't catch the ball. What's the guy? What's the other quarterback name?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis. And
because he let all his wide receivers run loose.
And we got J.J. Evans on the other side, right?
Played better last year.
So we're saying all of that with tape on our quarterback. We just say our quarterback is like that. You know, we got the Heisman Trophy winner, LSU's own. You know what I'm saying? He's top dog. But they got tape on him. Got 2 good games. Got 2 wins against the Giants and on the Buccaneers. I got Cincinnati beating us.
Okay. Trey.
We beat Cincinnati.
We beat Cincinnati. There we go. Say it. Now
because,
listen, we're going to go ahead.
No. Going back to what you said, the offensive line is not fixed yet, right?
Yes, it is.
No. Which one is it? The Cincinnati's offensive line.
Y'all say they fixed. They drafted offensive lineman in the first round.
But that don't mean it's fixed.
Because we can give you a whole bunch of draft picks that didn't.
When you draft dogs at the right tackle player, they already ready to play. They're not coming in having to be retrained up player. They already know about. Hey,
tell that to Philly.
You know what? I give Philly the Philly don't have an offensive line late. So
Philly took all the dogs, and apparently
they took all the Georgia defensive line.
They lost all the defensive coordinator. We had this conversation already. They changed the defensive coordinator last year. He was in Arizona. They played a buttercup scheme that was killing me all year long. Don't know why. They're the only team in the league to lose the last 8 games of the season because the defensive coordinator couldn't figure out how to run their defense. I could have called their defense from over here and played better than what he did. But we'll get back there in a minute. Now, they drafted Morris Miller, number 1. Offensive tackle. He plays right side.
Mm-hmm.
His blind side. That's what Joe Burrow needed. Morris Miller has great feet. 6'7", long arms. So you better have a bunch of skill out there to get around him on the outside. And last time I checked, y'all got rid of both of those defensive ends. Did we not?
Well, we got better.
Did we not?
We
And
did.
we got better.
We did.
Did
We got rid of him. We got rid of him.
You did, right? Okay, cool. That's what I thought. So like I just said, they have addressed the offensive line. He may not start. Amins may not start, but he will be playing.
Eventually, allegedly, and all.
He will be playing. This is not no Falcon offensive first round pick. That's not going to play for 3 years. This guy's going to play this year.
Yeah. Okay, I can't argue with that. But I will say this.
So
I will say this is that we still got our interior that you still got to contend with. The guys on the end ain't going to be any slouches. And the difference is we're going to take the leash off a guy who was our leading tackle because he's going to be the one barreling down on Burrows. He's going to lay that wood. And that's Davis. He's about to do that. No, that's old school football talk, lady.
What position you play?
That's a 5.
Linebacker.
You playing linebacker, right? That's what I thought.
Blitzing.
That's what I thought.
Blitzing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what you see. Okay. I understand because Washington didn't do that. I get it. Okay. We're a team that really just never used it. It was just like we're just going to sit back and let teams just walk down on us. But that's going to change. I said violently said.
They're taking the L against Cincinnati. Y'all playing in Cincinnati 3rd game of the season.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
They address the wide pick. They address the wide receivers that's trying to leave. They address the offensive line off the tip.
So how they gonna score?
I'm telling you.
Well, they got one of the coldest wide receivers in the game. But they did lose a running back. They do have a nice tight end. He's nice, right? He's not top 5, but he's nice. He's about top 15, right? But the quarterback literally is the one that we have to rattle. We have to get to, like Lady A said, rattle him and shut down their beast of a wide receiver. We got to shut down that beast of a wide receiver. So, Lady A, did you say we win or lose?
For the Bengals?
Cincinnati, yes.
We win. We're winning.
We win. Big Al, you said a win or a loss?
I said loss.
That's a loss. And Trey, you said a win or a loss?
A win.
You said win.
That's a win.
Just the spike stand.
Since we're in Ohio, let's
I
go ahead.
I got Lady pick records right now, but they thought they were going to end up with the end of the year. This is going to be hilarious.
Let's go ahead and go.
Earmarked.
Well, you heard me with these first 8 games.
Well, hey, listen. We do get to revise that. Listen, let's go. Since we're in Ohio, let's go ahead and go to Cleveland now. Let's go to Cleveland. Cleveland, one of the best pass rushers.
Well, we playing Cleveland at home.
What week?
Cleveland at home. And Cleveland is the October 6th game.
Mm-hmm.
Right before the Ravens. The Ravens.
What was this? Week 6?
We already beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, we came back from the Cardinals.
We beat the Cardinals. Now we're playing the Browns now.
That's week 5? Okay.
Yeah, that's week 5.
Listen. So we know that they have one of the most elite pass rushers in the game right now. They have a very solid defense. Let's look at their offense, right? They have one of the best tight ends in the game. Maybe he is top 5, but he will put the ball on the ground as well. Their running game. They have one of the best offensive lines in the game because of their offensive line coach, and we all know who he does a great job. Now, Cleveland will bludgeon you to death because, again, they are in the black and blue division. Same thing that Baltimore, Pittsburgh does. The only team that likes to pass the ball is probably the Cincinnati Bengals out of this division. So let's just go with this matchup, man. How do y'all see this thing going down? Tracy, I'm gonna start with you. And who wins this game?
Cleveland. Cleveland is always that funny team for me. I'll be honest with you.
Why are you picking Cleveland? Who said Cleveland?
Tracy.
No. I said Cleveland. That's who we playing, right?
You said Cleveland win?
No, I said Cleveland is that funny team. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. He
said who wins. He said Cleveland.
No. I thought he said who wins this game. And I started my soliloquy. You cut me off. I didn't say Cleveland gonna beat us. No, but I did say, and I'm gonna finish my statement, that Cleveland is that funny team because every time we go to play them, we think we're gonna blow them out. Every time. and we go in there and we have in the past. Now, I'm trying not to take our old baggage with us because we do have a whole new regime. But I do know that if there is a situation where we pick a trap game, it's a Cleveland game.
It's always a Cleveland game.
It's okay, so I'm not that crazy. That's what I'm.
No, you're not.
Okay, so that's all I was trying to get to is that if we go in there and we got a tight ship, we're going to blow them out. But if we're going in there and we just thinking, oh, that's game 3. That's what we said, right?
Right. Well, 4. It's game 4.
Game 4.
Game 5. It's 5.
That's what I was doing too. I was trying to pull up the schedule. Game 5.
Yeah, it's 5. It's 5.
We're gonna win.
Tampa, New York.
Which Tampa, New York,
the Bengals.
Yeah, you had New York,
Arizona,
the Browns.
Then the Browns.
I got us 2-0 with Tampa and New York. You said New York.
Right. But we're
that's what we're gonna beat.
I got us beating Cleveland, man.
You got us beating Cleveland. Okay, Big Al.
I got us. Well, I'm a post massage for Watson. He's a different quarterback. Post massage. So before he got that massage, he was a top 5 quarterback for me. But after these massages, and he switched teams, he's not the same guy. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe he needs another massage. I don't know, but he's not the same guy. Okay. So saying all of that, because I'm not a Watson, I'm not a supporter of him. I don't think he is the same quarterback. I think we can stop the running game. They do have a good offensive line, but I think our team is built to stop the running game this year.
That's the first time that somebody said that this whole show.
I think we can stop the running game. I know they have one good wide receiver. Don't they have one good wide receiver?
They got a good tight end.
The tight end and what's the wide receiver from Dallas? He used to be from Dallas. Did you leave him?
They got Jerry Judy now.
Oh, they got Judy now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And Cooper.
So I think we can zone up the quarterback, play zone. He's not going to beat us. We play a good and tight zone, and we can stop the running game. And it's going to be a low-scoring game because their defense is really good and their offense is not the strongest. But I think we can beat them. I got us beating the Browns.
Lady A.
So I'm a little torn about this game. I actually agree with the fact that this team may be the one that, surprises us, and not surprises because they're just amazing, but because they're going to catch us slipping. We should beat them. Definitely. Hands down, we should beat them.
They're a playoff team, wasn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, they were.
Without the quarterback, right? They had a backup quarterback playing.
They had Joe Flacco, who's not there this year.
Yeah, Flacco.
Yeah.
Flacco.
So my thing is that this particular team, like I said, the first 8 games, we should go 7-1. However, we'll probably go 5-3. We'll probably go 5-3 because we'll do something stupid and lose to the Browns. Again, I don't want to take like you said, our baggage from before because it's a new team.
It's hard, ain't it? It's hard.
I got to be realistic because I'm still, side-eyeing and being skeptical. I have my good tennis shoes on at the game just in case I need to go knock on some doors and have conversations with some people during the game if they're not doing right. Okay? So I'm hoping and praying that we do, in fact, win against them, but I have a feeling that we may not.
Okay. Say it.
Let's not down out Watson.
Right.
Watson was 5-1 last year before he ended up being turned off for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Was he 5-1 or was the team 5-1?
No, he was 5-1 as a starting.
He was making plays. He was making plays.
Yeah. They beat Cincinnati out of the gate. They beat Cincinnati. They had a game where they should have beat Pittsburgh, but they lost at the end of the game. They beat Tennessee. They beat San Francisco. They beat Seattle. All these teams on the verge of playoff. And this is what Watson played against Seattle.
I felt like he was a caretaker, though. He wasn't making plays.
Matter of fact, Watson was in the game when they beat Baltimore. So
yeah, I do know
Cleveland was 5-1 last year with Watson at quarterback. He was 5-1, so he can still do the job. Whether or not he's hurt like he was last year, hopefully he'll. So I don't know. They got Nick Chubb coming off of that ACL. This year's ACL injury. How well is he going to be? You know, they do have a backup in was it D4 was a backup? He played very well last year.
He did.
So they got somebody to run the ball. You know, but Nick Chubb is the ultimate weapon. It's gonna be hard to tell with Watson. It's all for me. It's almost a coin flip. Jerry Jeudy being new to the offensive scheme, how well is he going to fit in? You know, how well is he going to adjust? You know, because he technically, he's number one, but they still have Amari Cooper, who's also number one.
Yeah, Amari Cooper. That's what I was thinking about.
Some kind of way, he always seems to get open.
Amari Cooper gets open. Yeah, he does.
Some kind of way, he always seems to get open.
Yeah.
So I'm actually on the fence of this one. I think that it's early enough that Washington could possibly win this game, but they're playing in Cleveland with that crowd.
No, we're playing in Washington.
You know, whether or not Washington.
Say we're playing home.
FedEx?
Yeah. We're not at FedEx no more. FedEx is gone.
I mean, you're playing in Washington. Basically,
playing in Washington.
Hey, the Air Force just walked in. So,
is Watson the same quarterback that he played in the Texans several years ago? Is he the same quarterback?
No, he's not.
What do you mean?
He's not the same quarterback.
He was a caretaker last year.
He was not a caretaker. They had to put up points last year.
That was Joe Flacco putting up points last year.
Dude, he was 5-1 quarterback pick.
That was Chubb's putting up points last year.
Watson was 5-1 quarterback last year. 5-1.
Hey, okay. So do we beat them or not?
No. Y'all taking another L.
He reversed it. He reversed it.
That's in the first 8. That's in the first 8. Cleveland's in the first 8.
What's this slide say? Said,
get out my chair.
Listen, I want to thank the OGs of DMV for joining us today. It's always fun when we get together. It's always fun. So thank you, Deacon. Thank you, Big Al, and thank you, Trey Z, for always being available to First String Podcast, man. Listen, everybody in the chat that's there, that's been communicating and having fun with us, I really do appreciate y'all as well. Let me let y'all know something. Tuesday, we have Tennessee running back Julius Chestnut joining us. Tennessee Titans, Julius Chestnut will be joining us. He's a PG County product that plays in Tennessee. So make sure y'all tune in, support him. Tennessee will be coming to play in Washington, Maryland. It's not at FedEx Field no more. So support him there. Wish for him to have a great game, but the Commanders will win that game as well. We'll talk about that later. We have Adam joining us on Tuesday as well. So we'll make that connection right there. So we do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Listen, hey, say it. We did cover everything, right?
So,
all right, cool. Because you know how I say, shouts out to the United States Air Force. Well, my son is home. It's time for us to go. Shouts out to the United States Air Force. First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell them, say it.
The dogs.
Raise hell.
Ready for your beats? Our first person, the person